Received my PhD in microbiology from the University of Pittsburgh, School of Dental Medicine in 1970. I originally became interested in infectious diseases as a graduate student because of the things that we saw going on in hospitals, etc. My experience has been not only in the lab and teaching, but also in hospital consulting on infectious diseases. I love to do research, and so I have been doing research on microbiology now for about 50 years. I taught in 2 dental schools for 44 years, the University of Pittsburgh and University of Detroit Mercy. And I've always been very interested in microbiology and how the host defense mechanisms control infections. At IDEM, I'm going to be presenting lectures and workshop on infection control. Obviously, infection control is one aspect of infectious diseases that's huge, is preventing infections. And the technologies and approaches for infection control have expanded dramatically over the last 30 to 40 years. What's nice for me is, having been in this area for so long, I think I've been able to see many of the changes that have occurred. Sterilizers, gloves, masks, disinfectants, waterline treatments, all the things to reduce the potential exposure of healthcare workers and their patients. And so one of the things that I try to bring in these lectures is not just the current state of what's going on, but where we've come from, so people can be brought up to date and see where they are with the current technologies. Part of my discussions at IDEM are going to be on some of the emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases that not only challenge the public, but also healthcare professionals and our challenges to infection control. And so hopefully, with some of the emerging technologies and some of the things that dentists can use to further protect themselves and their patients and their staff, I think the people will find it worthwhile. I hope so. It's an honor to be invited to the meeting. How do I strive for clinical excellence? I'm not a dentist. I'm a PhD in microbiology, but I have taught in dental schools and in hospitals for almost 50 years. And in my research, what I look for is applications of products and technologies that will further enhance infection prevention. And so while I don't treat patients, the kinds of things that I work with in my lab with my colleagues are designed to help the dentists not only practice dentistry more efficiently for infection control, but also practice more safely for infection control. That, I hope, is my contribution to what they're doing in increasing clinical excellence.